I love wrestling.
Check this out. And you love wrestling.
We love wrestling? Watch that shit.
I'm even rapping.
Hello, I'm Brittnie Brooks, and if I love wrestling, you love wrestling, we love wrestling.
We love wrestling. We love wrestling.
We love wrestling. I told you. We love wrestling. Yeah!
Welcome to Women in Wrestling. Ooh. Today, we back again. You know, we've been on the West Coast talking to a lot of people out here. Today, we have someone from the West Coast. Still in high school, I believe.
I am.
18, young. Her name's been popping up for some. I went to WrestleMania, and like a week before WrestleMania, her name just started popping up on my Instagram. I just started seeing that she's been booked everywhere. Back in February, she was on AEW Dark. We have today Brittnie Brooks. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing so good. I'm so excited to be here. So happy to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you here, Brittnie. Before we get into it, the first question we always ask here is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Oh, I love it for like so many reasons. It's like the biggest thing that's ever challenged me in my life. Like, I have never had more of a challenge than like trying to wrestle. Like, it's so much fun. Like, and I loved it as a kid because I felt like when I watched it, everything was okay. Like, I could put on wrestling and, you know, be able to watch these characters and connect with them and just love these people. And now I'm doing it and I love it so much more than I could ever imagine. It's literally my passion and it's everything I've ever wanted in my life. So it's just, there's so many reasons why I do.
Okay, so you said it's one of your passions. Now, I was watching stuff online. Did you recently just skip your prom to go to a wrestling show?
I did. So actually, I'm wearing the jersey Knox Pro. So my prom was this past Saturday, and I skipped it to go to a wrestling show. And today I went to school on Senior Ditch Day because I'm going to a show tomorrow, and I can't miss so much school in like 1 week and stuff. And like my absences are getting super high. So I went to school on Senior Ditch Day while all my friends went to go get breakfast.
How? I didn't go to school on Senior Skip Day, so that's I don't know, Brittnie. But how's that balance for you to balance school with wrestling? How's that doing for you?
I mean, it gets rough. Like, I was up this past weekend when I was like on this past Saturday. I was up until 4 a.m. doing homework after a show, and then I went to sleep for a couple hours and then woke up at like 8 again to go and finish my homework. It becomes a lot because like I'm doing college and high school. So I literally have 12 days before I graduate from college, and I'll have 2 associate's degrees, and then I'll graduate high school like a couple weeks later. But like my last day of school for college is May 11th. So I only have like a few more days and I'm just so ready to be done. And then my graduation is actually on the same day as a show. So that's fun. But my graduation and my last day of high school is like the week after. So I'm looking forward to just being done, and I'm so close to being there. So
when you guys see this, Brittnie's graduation will actually be tomorrow.
Hey!
2 associate's degrees. Brittnie's gonna be out here. So graduating from school. Have you graduated from wrestling school yet?
So our school is different. We don't have like a system like that. We just keep showing up and keep getting better and just keep learning. Like, we definitely have like different levels, but like we kind of just keep the whole class together, and like people will work on stuff individually. Like, obviously there'll be like the kids on the outside doing the lockups and stuff, and then people inside will be like running matches and stuff. But we don't have like a graduation or like I know some schools even do like sessions. So like they have like you go to this school for 12 weeks, but we just keep going. So it's different. Yeah. I just found that out actually WrestleMania weekend, because I didn't even know that was a thing. But there's so many schools that like you go and then you graduate and then you're just like done and then you're good to go wrestle shows. Like for me, it was like I had a student showcase and my coach was like, okay, you're ready. But I didn't really wrestle anywhere else until recently because I was a minor and like it was just hard to get booked anywhere. And I also didn't fully understand that you, like, in order to get bookings, you kind of have to put yourself out there. You have to reach out to these places. Like, you can't just expect them all to come to you. And that was, like, definitely something that I didn't know. So
I'm going to ask this question before I go into the next one. High school, college, wrestling school, which one was harder for you?
The hardest thing is wrestling, always. Like, wrestling is there's so much to it, and people don't really understand it. Like, everybody, like, all my friends are like, you do fake wrestling? And I'm like, yeah, but, like, there's so many things that make it not fake. There's so many things that, like, make it the hardest thing you could ever imagine doing. Like, it's the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, the most challenging, the most athletic, the most painful, like, just everything.
But Brittnie, you got 2 associate's degree. What's your associate's degree then?
One of them is general studies and one of them is arts. I didn't really know I was getting both of them because the way my school's set up is we go to community college, like, as we're going to high school. So I've been a college student since my freshman year of high school. We have a college right by our school that we just go to. Like, at first you walk to it, and then once you drive, you kind of can just drive to it. But those are my 2 degrees, and I'm ready to just, like, get those and be like, okay, bye school, I'm done.
I am gonna bring this up. If it's a movie coming out middle of the summer, and when I was doing your cover art, you sent me a bunch of pictures. Then I saw a whole bunch of people doing a whole bunch of remakes of the movie poster. You know, the Barbie movie. Have you thought about trying to incorporate that with something that you're doing? Because I was like, I showed the picture to somebody. It was like, yo, she kind of, with all this pink and everything, looked like she could do one of those Barbie is pictures that's out there. And I started looking. I was like, well, it could be a Barbie-esque type look. Has anyone told you about that?
Oh, heck yeah. I have one of the edits where everybody's adding it to it. I already did that, like, with a couple pictures. And then as far as, like, the movie and everything, like, I do a lot of, like, for my merch, I do a lot of parodies of, like, Barbie stuff. So I have been definitely, like, using the fonts and stuff because I think it's so cool. And, like, that's kind of, like, the energy that I want to give. And, like, I'm so excited about the movie. I was literally, like, when I saw I was like, oh my God. And then apparently John Cena's in it, which I'm like, I tweeted the Barbie movie. They didn't tweet me back, but I was like, can I get invited to the premiere, please? And they didn't tweet me back, but it's okay. I'm gonna still try to end up at that premiere.
Still got hope, you know, still got hope out there.
Hope.
Funny question. If you had to pick a kin, somebody in wrestling, who would be your kin?
Oh my God.
If you, like, got a movie parent, like you playing Barbie in the movie, who's gonna play Ken in the movie?
You know, it's funny. Probably, oh my God. That's a wrestler?
Yes.
Okay. Because, okay, someone who gives me really Ken energy is Cole Carter from AEW. He looks so much like a Ken, and I'm like, yo, Barbie and Ken, let's do this. Like, tag team, like Tony Khan, let's go. Look at our tag team, Barbie and Ken right here.
Okay. You brought up AEW, no Cole Beers. How was your AEW Dark Elevation experience?
It was incredible. I was shocked that I was, like, invited to go there. I had the day of my life, like the day, night of my life. Like, it honestly went by so fast, and being out there was just the best feeling in the world. And wrestling in front of that many people, like, I've never wrestled in front of that many people before. And being in an arena that I went to, like, 10, 12, 15 times when I was a fan, like, and watching wrestling there, like, that was wild. And it was just honestly the day of my life, the highlight so far of my life. And I really do hope to go back. And I'm just so looking forward to, like, getting signed one day and hoping to get signed one day. So it was just amazing, incredible, all the things.
So let's go back a little bit. Like you said, you want to go back there. How do you get started in wrestling, and how long have you been wrestling?
So I started wrestling in a kids class that I found Arizona Wrestling Federation. That's my school. And I started wrestling in a kids class when I was like 14, 15 years old, I think. And because back then they had the class. And then eventually me and a couple others got moved up to the adult class, and they got rid of the kids class and everything. But once I started in the kids class, or once I started in the adult class, that's when I took it like a lot more seriously. Because like for kids, it was like just something fun. Like we were just fans and we loved it and everything. But like once you get to the adult class, it's like hardcore, like you're training hard. And having that, I guess, like basic experience really helped, because like they threw me into the class, and like I obviously expected a lot out of us, because like if you're going to be treated as an adult, you better carry yourself as an adult. And I was only 15, I think 15 and a half maybe, when I started the adult class. And then I had my first match in 2020 right before COVID, so that would have been, I had to have been 15, yeah. And then I won my first title in my 9th match. And I became the youngest ever AWF Women's Champion, and I was 16. And then I wrestled for the entire year of 2021, but I didn't really have that many matches. Like everybody always says, keep track of your matches. So I put it on a note, and I was like looking back, and I was like, in my 9th match, I won the title. In my 11th or 12th match, I lost the title. And then by my 16th match, I got injured. So I tore my ACL in practice, and then went and wrestled the match. And I was like, okay, there's something wrong. Like I need to go get it checked out. So I did that, and then just returned in December. And since I returned, I've already had more matches than I did before I was injured, because I've been traveling and wrestling every single weekend. And it's just been the most fun thing. Like I'm having so much fun. And there was a lot of companies that were like, back before, because now I'm 18. So back before I was 18, they were kind of like, they didn't want to work with someone who was like a female minor, because obviously it's very so, and I totally understood it. And my parents were always there at the shows and practices and everything. So it was definitely safe. I never really felt uncomfortable anywhere, but I understood, but sometimes I kind of wish that I would have try to get out there more, because I feel like now I'm a good 4 years in, and I'm I don't feel like I'm where I should be in terms of my skill level. I don't know. I definitely try to be confident, but it's I sometimes, you're your own biggest critic in your head, and I watch my matches back, and I'm oh, that was not good. Why did I do that? So it's just in my 4 years, I feel like I should be better than what I am, but that I think it's just always progressing and doing whatever you can to just get better and make sure that you're because when I tore my ACL, a lot came into perspective. I was I need to be doing more. I need to be eat, sleep, breathe wrestling, and that's what I've been doing lately, and I've been just having the most fun. So
eat, sleep, breathe wrestling.
Yes.
So when people start doing that eat, sleep, breathe wrestling, what's the craziest trip that you had to take? Because I've seen people go this state to this state, be back here the next day, or 3 states in 2 days, or what's the craziest trip you had to take so far since you get out there?
So I have 2 stories. One story was the craziness, not because it was so much traveling, but craziness because of just the whole experience. I did a 10-hour drive to wrestle at a Pizza Hut last month. And it was just so funny, because I didn't know that the show was going to be at a Pizza Hut. And it was. And it was so funny, because I saw so many, memes online of it. And I was this is so funny. But then my craziest, travel story was a couple weekends ago. I did FSW in Vegas. So on Thursday, I literally got out of school. Because, like I said, I've been missing a lot of days of school. And, that's how, why I had to go on my senior ditch day today. Because, I literally have been missing so much school because I've been wrestling every single Friday. So I went right after school on Thursday, and I went to FSW in Vegas, and I did a training there. Spent the night, woke up, went to the show in FSW on Friday night, and then drove home, caught a flight at 7 a.m. So I had to be at the airport at 5, and I got home at 2. So I had 3 hours in between my show or my travel things. Flew to Utah, got picked up, went straight to the show. Right after the show, we literally got food, then went straight to the airport. And then the airport was closed. The terminals were closed. So I had to fly. I had to wait a couple hours. I was doing my homework at 3 in the morning at the airport. And it was funny because my teacher, the next time I saw him, he was like, "Why are you submitting stuff at 3 a.m.?" And I was like, "I was in an airport in Utah." So I flew back. My flight left at like 5. So like I had to be at the airport at 3 anyway, but I think I got there like 1. So I was just in there for a while. And then flew back, got to my car, drove over to my buddy's house, and then we drove to California. And then we drove back, and then I literally got into my car, went home, slept for a few hours, and went to school. It's wild.
Road Warriors. The 10-hour drive and you wrestled at a Pizza Hut. You said you saw memes online about it?
I did, and everyone was making fun of it. I was like, guys, it was honestly so fun, though. It was so funny. Because, like, I didn't know that it was at a Pizza Hut until we pulled up, and I was like, where are we at? It was so fun, though. Like, I mean, I feel like everyone has, like, those stories of, like, the crazy places they've wrestled, and I'm like, I'm just going to look back on that one day and just be like, it's pretty cool. And then Pizza Hut tweeted me back. And they were like, we wanted a front row seat. And I was like, oh my God, guys, Pizza Hut tweeted me.
Shout out to Pizza Hut. I forgot to do this, when people say they grew up watching wrestling and everything. I didn't ask you who were some of your favorites while you was growing up watching wrestling.
Ooh, so John Cena was like my idol, my hero. I love him, and I still love him. I loved the Bella twins. They were huge inspirations for me. Like, literally, I was so, like, in love with them. Like, I just loved everything that they did. I watched everything, listened to their podcast, read their book. Like, I love the Bella twins. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. I mean, there's so many girls, like, the whole wave of women, the whole women's revolution, that, like, really inspired me. I also love Dolph Ziggler. He's just so entertaining. Now I watch a lot of Shawn Michaels. I watch a lot of Cody Rhodes. I've been really loving him. But yeah, it's kind of crazy because, like, once you become a wrestler, it's like you love wrestling so much in such a different way. Like, I don't love it, like, as a fan where it's like, oh my God, like, I love these people. But now it's like, no, like, I want to get good like them. Like, they're so talented. Let me look at all the little things that they do to, like, pull off what amazingness that they do. So,
okay, let's see here. We about to ask you this, Brittnie. We get serious for a second here on the podcast, and I asked the most serious question that I asked on here. Determine how the rest of the podcast go. The Rock or Stone Cold?
Oh goodness. Okay. I feel like there's not a right answer to this. I love The Rock. Based on that reaction, I'm assuming you wanted me to say Stone Cold.
No, it's no. We always tell people it's no right or wrong answer. So it's whoever you pick.
There is a right answer.
No.
The Rock. I'm staying with The Rock. I love him, and just like I love him now too. Like, okay, that's the right answer then.
I mean, there's no right or wrong answer.
Oh, now you're so both just to make it equal.
I'm just saying we got both. I just asked the question just to see where people's heads are at. Let's see. The Rock is at 19 though.
Wow.
Stone Cold is at 9. The Rock needs one more to win this round, people.
Wow. I'm surprised Stone Cold isn't winning.
The Rock so far, we always go to 20. We've done 3 so far. The Rock is up 2-1.
Wow.
If The Rock wins this one, it'll be 3-1, and I'm going to retire that question and ask a different question. Ooh.
Wow.
Brittnie, we have another person who usually does this podcast with us, but she had to work today. And we just ask randomized questions, not really related to wrestling, just to pick a person's brain.
Okay.
It's called the exploring moment. So the first question we ask, if you could be reincarnated as any animal, what animal would you be?
I would probably want to be. I don't know. I absolutely love monkeys. I love how they climb up all the trees, and they just look like they have so much fun. Like just like I would love to be a monkey. Like I don't think I would want to be in a zoo though, because like zoos, I think just treat all animals not the best. But like, oh my gosh, if I could be like a monkey at Animal Kingdom in Disney World, that's exactly what I want. It'd be so much fun.
I haven't heard that one yet, so
I love Disney. I love Disney.
Okay. You been to Disney before?
Oh, so many times. I was literally at Downtown Disney yesterday.
Okay. What is your favorite smell?
Oh. Shoot. I don't know. Shoot. I love the Ariana Grande perfumes. They're just amazing. And I spray them always, every day. But I guess it's not like a smell. That's like a perfume. So like, it's not really like a smell, but I can't think of like any smells. I'm a person who like loves like random smells that I'm like, oh, this reminds me of something, like, but I can't think of any right now.
Okay. That's all right. What is your favorite food?
Oh, Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches. It's an obsession. It's really bad. Like I love like every cheat meal, Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches.
Spicy or regular?
Regular. I cannot do spice at all. It's so bad. Like everything is so spicy to me most of the time. I get that regular with extra pickles and cheese. It's fire.
With pickles?
Yes, extra pickles. Like they already put a couple on there, but I always add more.
I had the chicken sandwich, the spicy one, and they put cheese on it. It kind of threw off the chicken sandwich experience to me. But I definitely do not do pickles on chicken. I don't know. It doesn't work for me anywhere. I'll be like, nah, take them off. What is your favorite show right now to watch if you have time to watch TV with your busy schedule?
I really don't, but I love watching wrestling. I try to make time for it. Right now, I mean, I don't know how it's going to go with the brand split, but I do love watching Raw and SmackDown and then Dynamite and Rampage. Those are like my shows. I don't really watch anything right now. I do want to watch. I know that there's a new season of Outer Banks that I definitely want to watch. I love that show. And I was just at the beach, but it was all cold outside. So I was like, I need some redemption for my beach experience. I also loved The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime, and they're coming out with a new season 2. And I'm like, I love the summery shows. They make me so happy.
Being on the road a lot, driving, do you have a favorite song?
Oh my gosh. Well, I love Die For You by The Weeknd. That's like my favorite song. Like it's just so good. And I love The Weeknd, and he just did a new one with Ariana Grande, like a remix of it, and it's so good. It's so good.
So let me ask you, you've been out here a little bit. Did you were on Mania? You had matches during Mania weekend, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
How was it for your first Mania weekend out there in LA?
It was so fun. So on Thursday, I did Lucha Wrestling Por Eso, I think is how you say it. So actually, I came in and I did a QT Marshall seminar, and that was incredible. And then I like rushed over to the Lucha show and wrestled that. And then Friday, I woke up and went to NXT TakeOver, and that was fun. Or no, wait, was that? No, that was Saturday.
That was Saturday, yes.
Yeah, no, Friday I did WrestleCon. So I went to WrestleCon, and that was wild. Like, I saw so many people, and I was just talking to, like, picking so many brains, and, like, seeing people I've known from Instagram and seeing, like, people I know from TV. Like, I'm like, dude, I've been watching you since I was a little kid. Like, you're crazy. You're cool. I saw a lot of people, and I was just shocked that I even got a table, because I was like, it's a long shot, but let me try. And I asked enough places and got myself on there. I hustled my way into WrestleCon. And then Saturday, I went to Takeover and then Mania, and that was my first Mania. It was really fun. I went with Cam Stewart. He's from Florida. Only Cams. He's so funny.
I know the only Cam.
He was literally on Rampage or Dynamite. I think it was Rampage the other day. Billy Gunn like beat him up. And then Sunday, I did the second wrestling Mitzvah Mania, and that was cool too. I had so much fun. I got to see Brooke Havok. Brooke Havok is like my favorite. I love her so much. And the card was like really, really cool. Just a lot of people that I've never gotten to work on the same show with. So I got to talk to a lot of new people. And honestly, Mania weekend was like the most fun I've ever had. And I'm so looking forward to next year. I'm trying to do SummerSlam this weekend, or SummerSlam weekend too, this year. So hopefully. And then I'm doing Double or Nothing weekend. So yeah, just like I had so much fun. And I found out that I was going actually like 2 weeks before we decided to go. Like I was asking everybody like, hey, do you guys want to come to Mania weekend with me? Like I really want to go out there and just try to network. Like I didn't have any bookings or anything. So then once I decided like, well, nobody really wanted to go with me. So I was like, Mom, can you like go with me? Because she didn't really want me driving by myself. And recently I've been doing a lot of road trips by myself. But so we went out and I hustled my way. I hit up every single show that was running. And I was like, do you guys need extra talent? Like, and then a lot of them like declined me and they were like, no, our cards are full or overbooked and stuff. And then those two like hit me back and they're like, yeah, like we can get you on. And I was like, perfect.
Perfect. You said Brooke Havok's your favorite.
Brooke Havok is my favorite. She's amazing. She's so fun. I love her.
Let me pub. If you guys are watching
what's up,
this,
you guys? It is Brooke Havok here. I'm a professional wrestler based out of San Jose, California. And if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling.
she was in the car. If you guys didn't watch, Brooke Havok was last week with Women in Wrestling. Go check it out. We may put a link right there where you can click on it. So, you know, it all connects when we do these, guys. Okay. All right.
I feel like my intro was way less cool now that I've heard hers.
Uh-oh. Don't do it like that.
She's like, I'm really bad at introducing myself sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, what I'm supposed to say.
You good. We can do a whole nother take if you want to. Last one of these questions here is, what is something that can always make you smile?
Oh, probably just like every time I like get a booking or like find out that like, oh, this show's gonna work out, like it works out with the days or just like anything, like everything about wrestling just makes me happy. Like I always smile like when I'm like, okay, like I secured a booking. Like that's because for so long, like I literally wrestled once a month, if even that. And like I felt very stagnant. Like I wasn't getting better because like to me, the best way to improve and just get better is to just keep moving and keep wrestling shows and putting yourself in different settings and different experiences and just learning. And I have done so much learning these past like 3 months and just had so much fun. And just so yeah, every time I get a booking I get so happy and just like it's just the best feeling. And what makes me the most happy like too is like seeing the little kids at the shows. Like this past weekend at Knox Pro there was like a ton of little kids. And I always give out a little bracelet when I come out to the ring to like a little one. And it was just like the best feeling seeing so many of them. And they were all just so happy. And it just made me smile so much.
Well, we're going to have to talk about it. You said getting bookings make you happy.
Yeah.
I was recently at a show and your name came up.
Really?
Can you see that?
Hey, Mission Pro.
Mission Pro.
Yes.
I got so many Mission Pro behind me. How does it feel, you know, have you wrestled in the Texas area before?
I've wrestled in Waco, Texas for WAW, and then I've wrestled in El Paso for Pro Wrestling Legacy, and then I wrestled in Borger for that Motivate show that was at the Pizza Hut. But I've never been to San Antonio before. I was supposed to do a show, and I know that it got canceled. So I've never been to San Antonio before. I'm so excited for Mission. That is like one of the biggest ones I've wanted to get to, and the fact that like I got there like makes me so happy, and I'm so excited for June 10th. I'm so excited.
June 10th, about a month away.
June 10th.
The San Antonio area.
Yeah.
You know what I always say, if you're in the area, check out the show. If you're not, Title Match Network, sign up for 2 weeks for free. After that, it's $9.99.
Yeah.
Right. We should have a representative in the building. I have a different engagement, so I won't be able to be at that show, but they already announced a 4-team tag match. So it's going to turn out to be a banger, guys. Check it out. Brittnie, oh my goodness. I'm going to ask you this question because you're getting out there and you're traveling more. So I always ask people this. Well, before I even ask that, what would, if someone wanted to see more Brittnie, like if you like, yo, I'm on YouTube, I'm looking up the matches, what match would you tell them, or matches would you say, hey, you should watch this match and you can see what I'm about and what I can do?
I think my match versus Mia Friday was just so much fun. I love Mia, and I've like been friends with her since we were like little because we had like wrestling fan pages, and she was one of my internet friends. We just had such a fun match, and that one is really good. And then me versus Mylo. I'm wrestling her again. Huh?
The Mac Daddy?
Yes, Mac Daddy Mylo. We're wrestling each other again at NTLL May 20th in California. But our last one for AWF, it was in February. It was just a really good match. I had a lot of fun. I really need to update my YouTube because I'm still like the most recent video is February, but like I just been having so many shows recently, like, and not really getting footage back and stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I've been hitting up places to try to get my footage back, but yeah, I really need to catch up my YouTube, so it's kind of behind right now. But like those are definitely two that I would really recommend because they were just good matches, and I just had so much fun.
That YouTube grind be hard where you gotta keep the videos going up and you forget, and then you look and you have so many videos that you haven't put up or put public. It's a hard thing out here, people. We'll ask Brittnie about her YouTube page in our coming up segment that we do, guys. So don't worry, you know, we're gonna ask about that. So Brittnie, I always ask people, we in 2023. Do you have 3 people in 2023 that you would like to face?
Yes, I do. So Brooke Havok is one, because I just love her so much. Sevani, because we have been in the same locker room so many times, and I've never gone to actually wrestle her. And then Billie Starkz. Like I love Billie, and I think she's incredible, and I'd love to wrestle her. But yeah, those 3 for sure, because those are all ones that like I've been in locker rooms with, but never gotten like booked against. So let's make it happen. Big
Bill, Brooke Havok, and Sevani.
Yeah.
I know Bill. I know Brooke. We could probably slide some names in there. I'll wait to talk about that. So Brittnie, here we go. This is our spot for you. We make you big. We call this the put yourself over moment. This is where we have you let our people know your social media, ways they can support you, anything you would like to let them know, different ways they can support you. We'll just ask you to put yourself over.
Okay, so my Instagram is the Brittnie Brooks. My Twitter is at Brittnie Brooks. My YouTube is, I think, Brittnie Brooks 04, but I could be wrong.
We'll find a link and put it up for you guys.
If you just search Brittnie Brooks, I'm sure it'll pop up. And then I have a storefront here where you can buy my merch. And you can get it shipped to your house. Yeah. And then did I say Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, storefront here? Yes. I'm most active on Instagram, and I've been getting so much better at doing Twitter because I was so lost on how it worked for a while there.
Let me go find her on Twitter right quick, people. I don't think I follow her on Twitter.
Okay,
I may have just followed her when we started.
Shit.
Yep, I did just follow Brittnie right before we started this here because I couldn't find her Twitter at first, but she's right there. Oh, her last tweet is from 3 days. Oh, 23 hours ago. Okay. She don't have that many tweets, but tweet Brittnie Brooks so we can start getting her own active on Twitter and everything. That'll be great. Brittnie, what is one thing that you're addicted to that you can't go without?
Other than wrestling, probably the gym, because I love lifting and I love just going there and kind of just like trying to become the best version of myself. Definitely, like, it's definitely become an addiction. Like, I hadn't worked out in the past like 3 days because I was just not feeling great, and then I was traveling, and then I just got back, and I was like, the first thing I wanted to do when I got back was to go to the gym, and I was like, I need to go. So like it's just I love it.
Before I got to ask you, you said you knew Mia Friday since you both were young. You both had fan pages. How does it feel, seeing her live her wrestling dream and now you're living your wrestling dream? Like, how does that feel for you knowing each other from being kids and just having fan pages?
It makes me so happy because she's so good. Like, she's younger than I am, and she's killing it. There's a sun glare that keeps popping in. She's killing it, and she's just so good at what she does. I love watching her. Like, I will literally look up and watch her matches all the time. Whenever I see her on Instagram, I'm like, get it! Like, it makes me so happy, and I can't wait to see her get signed because I know she will get signed. Like, no questions asked. She's like literally a young prodigy, and it just makes me so happy. There's a lot of people actually from like my circle. Like, we used to have like a ton of like fan pages, and we would all like, talk to each other and stuff. And Riley Matthews, she wrestles on the East Coast, I believe. And then also Emily J. She wrestles, I think, in Florida. Like, those two I also knew since we were like younger and had fan pages. And even like Mariah May, I've known of her like for a long time before she started wrestling too. So it's just so cool to see, and it just makes me so happy. Like, knowing these people, they're living their dreams and doing what they love. Like, the passion is so there, and I just hope we all get to make it and then be like, dude, remember our fan pages?
Big fan pages out there. You never know if anybody's watching. You got a fan page. You're like, oh man, I want to wrestle one day. Just keep going and then go out and do it. So many people that's been at that point that are now doing it. So it's a great thing. Brittnie, let's see. Since you know a lot of people, you're still in high school. Before you graduate. If you had to pick, 4 wrestlers right now that are in high school that are like you right now?
I know Billie Starkz. I know Bodie BYP, Bodie Young Prodigy. He's in Vegas. He's in high school. And then Mia's still in high school, and Nick Wayne already graduated, right?
He graduates, I think, very soon.
So he's also in high school still?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so there's 4.
So Mia Friday, just like you, she's going after her associate's degree right now when we talked to her, and that was like maybe last year. She said she was finishing up, so she was doing college classes. Billie Starkz, if people don't know, she's doing her international baccalaureate. Which is she's about to graduate here soon because it is graduation season. Yeah. So a lot of these people are about to be out of high school and and really, really out here on these scenes. So look out. Look out. Brittnie, last thing before we get out of here. Is there anything or one piece of advice that you learned in wrestling that you apply to your everyday life, or anything that you had in your everyday life, some advice that you apply to wrestling?
I think like one of the best things that somebody told me was like, just be kind to everybody. Like, it doesn't matter what they're doing. You never know what somebody, like, what they're going through, or even like who they know, like, you know, what they could do. Like, it pays, like, it pays off to be nice to people. Like, it doesn't matter if it's somebody sitting up the ring. It doesn't matter if it's a referee, a wrestler who has like, who is wrestling their first match, or somebody who's like a veteran who's like famous. Like, just be nice to everybody and carry yourself as somebody that like is just the most kind. Like, and so I really take that with me. Like, I always go around and introduce myself to everybody because I'm just generally a friendly person, and I do love making people happy and just making sure that they always know that I'm here for them. Like, even if it's somebody that I don't really talk to that much, like, I'm always here to listen, and I'm always here to help, like, anybody with what they're going through. Like, because I feel like so much of the time people think that they're alone, and it's like, dude, like, my DMs are always open. And, like, if you need somebody to talk to about anything, like, I'm always willing to, like, listen and just help the best I can, because I'm still really young and I don't know a lot of stuff. But, like, and that's, like, personal, like, with personal stuff, but also just, like, with wrestling too. Like, but yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Thing we always tell people on here, we always the DMs, like, if wrestlers come on, say if you're just having a bad day, just send a message, you know, just checking on somebody. You never know how much that'll do. Or send a tweet, just say, hey, people will talk to you. Is all about keeping an up spirit and making sure everything's good. But Brittnie, it hasn't even felt like we've been here that long, but I thank you for giving us this time, getting out there, 4-year veteran, you know, but she's just getting more matches after her ACL injury. I got to ask, well, see, I brought that up in my head. So Brittnie, ACL injury, more matches after than before. How was it, you know, you being in high school and you tore your ACL? How was that for you? Was it like, did it make you want to do it more, or were people at school like, what's wrong with you? Why are you hurt, you know?
Yeah, so everybody at school was like, what are you doing? Because I had the big leg brace and everything. And I was like, I tore my ACL, guys. It was actually like a year ago. So because we have like everything over again. So like it was prom this past week, and we call it AAEC Olympics, because we have like one day out of the school year where we like go to a park and play sports, because we don't have sports teams or anything at our school. So it's definitely interesting because they pay for us to go to college. So we don't have like any of the typical high school stuff. So everybody was like, when I went to the thing, they were like, you can't play tug of war. I was like, no, guys, my ACL is torn. But no, for sure. I was heartbroken. Like, it was really hard for me. Like, it definitely motivated me to get back. But like, there was a little period of time where I was like, I can't, like, why me? And then I realized that everything happens for a reason, and adversity is put in our way to make us stronger. And it honestly made me so stronger. Like, I keep looking back at it like it was a horrible thing to happen, but it was also such a good thing, because I've never had more of a fire lit up my butt before, and just so much more passion and dedication to this because of that, because it made me realize how short things are. So now anytime I'm feeling just a little bit of pain, I'm like, let's take it easy a little bit. And whenever we do go, like, go and go hard. Like, whenever you're like starting to feel better again, like, go hard and make the most of it, because you never know what can like take you out, and what you're going to be like, oh, like, why didn't I work as hard, you know? And like, why did I not chase these opportunities more? So that was like kind of the biggest thing. Like, I was so heartbroken, and it was like the biggest heartbreak of my life, because I've never been in a relationship, but like, wrestling is the love of my life. So it's like, that took a lot out of me, but now I'm back, and I'm just having the most fun. Like, and it's funny because we talk about having these like 3-day, you know, weekends with like wrestling a ton of shows. But, and I like, in the moment, I'm like really tired. But at the same time, I'm like, there's nothing else I would love to be doing. Like, this is tiring, but it's also the best time of my life I've ever had. And I'm doing what I love. And I'm just so happy that I get to do this. So.
She's doing what she loves. You can feel like what you don't like. So why don't you take a chance doing what you love?
Yeah.
She's doing that. The Barbie girl. Ooh, yeah. Brittnie Brooks. I don't know if she used that guy. I'm just saying that because, you know, everybody's been saying it to me when I showed the picture. But Brittnie, thank you for giving us this time. Guys, make sure you click all the links in the description. Find her Twitter, her Instagram, her YouTube page. Also, if you're on the podcast version, come to the video version. Take a look at Brittnie. If you're on the video version, go check out the podcast version. You know, we always put extra into the podcast. But Brittnie, again, thank you. And guys,
thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. And guys, you know, like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's 2 Street. For the culture. Ooh, I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?